Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Great Green Home Show. We hope everyone is having a good weekend so far. We were off last week, but we aired an encore of the previous Blue Water Wind show because it seems to be a hot topic right now. And one that is being debated over and over and over again. So we'll revisit that a little bit later this morning, and we're going to give you some new information. Obviously, we'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in today, as well as those of you who are listening online at WILM.com. As always, our goal is to inform and entertain you as we try to give you the latest information available regarding all things green. And we'll talk about how you can reduce your carbon footprint, save some energy, but most importantly, save you some money. And as always, we have our recurring characters, helpful tips, and green news items, both local and global. This morning, we're having a good time talking about future cars and a few other juicy topics. I'm Doug Hunt. Next to me is Brooke Chase, our production manager, and my co-host, Paul Hughes. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good morning.
How's your week? Anything special happen? Anything particularly green going on?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff green. We were just having a much better discussion about football, though.
Go Giants.
The Giants. Go Giants. We have to go Giants. We're still Eagles fans, but...
Yeah, but you're anti-Dallas fans, which means you're a Giants fan this week.
Well, other than a few announcements, we have some great announcements. Today's show is the show that we basically promised people, which was one where we're going to talk about local topics, global topics, and try to cover as much ground as we can to give some information on some important stuff and try to, have fun while we're doing it. Which doesn't
Even though you said that in such a monotone voice that I don't know if we have any listeners left.
You are the sweaty balls guy from Saturday Night Live.
Debbie Downer in the house.
Really? Seriously?
Come on.
Why do I start out like that? I have no idea.
I don't know. We have a great show.
Because I think
what you need to do? You just need to slap him before the show starts. Right before we start, just smack him.
I was having so much fun before. I think it's because I have to read the script for the first time because I don't get them till like 2 minutes before the show.
Oh, come on! You had this at 7:30 last night, my friend.
I didn't. I wasn't home though. It arrived.
Oh, okay.
It's like that's your child. No, I wasn't there when the child arrived.
It's like mailing a bill to somebody while they're on vacation, right?
Right. So we were talking about electric cars and solar panels, and we're going to talk about a little bit about the wind controversy. Obviously, I think the solution is simple. People think it's different, but I think we need to move the subsidies from oil, coal, and gas, which seem to be doing very well these days. I know what I paid yesterday, over to the wind towers.
$3 a gallon.
Yeah, and climbing. So we need to take the subsidies and move them towards the sustainables and the renewables. It seems simple to me, and I know that the government's talking about it. We're also going to talk about changing the market by changing the way you spend your dollar.
By the way, I'm looking.
He's raising his hand again. I love it.
We're looking for a couple extra sponsors from the show so that Doug can actually afford his home heating oil this winter.
Oh, that's right. Well, I think we're going to get a lot of sponsors when we make the new announcement later. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I want to.
Don't do it.
Listen, we have an announcement.
Okay.
Shh, it's a secret.
All right, so I have to read again. So we're asking people actually to use less oil. One of the benefits is that you get to know the people in your neighborhood. You get to carpool, and it's not really a novel idea. I think people think if I change my lifestyle, it's going to get worse. I have to give up my car. Do I have to give up my steak? Can I have my hamburger with cheese anymore? Which you don't have to do. What we're all asking everybody on the planet to do basically is to cut those things back, cut them in half, cut them by a third, and anything you do. Somebody just bought a new car here at the station. They were like, "Oh, am I going to have to give up my car?" I said, "No, you don't have to give up your car. The car,
just stop driving it.
Yeah, just leave. Give it to me. The carbon footprint of that car, 40% of its carbon footprint is in manufacturing. So you don't want to go buy another new one because now you've doubled that. Just hitting the showroom floor, there's 40%. Drive it out when it's run down. Just be smart about the next choice.
It's like 38.5%.
I'm sorry.
God.
Right.
Sorry.
Point being, when you buy a brand new car, you lose $3,000 as soon as you drive it off the lot anyway. So
right.
just buy
buying
a
used
nice
cars.
used car
my dad. Buy a used car that is gas efficient, like Stephanie McClellan, Councilwoman Stephanie McClellan did. They went out and found the most gas efficient, U.S. made and designed and manufactured car that was used so that they could reduce their footprint as much as possible.
People
it's a great idea.
They're amazing people, and we're going to get her to speak, come in and speak again. She's amazing at what they're able to do with their carbon footprint. They basically have very little over there, and they live a great life. There's just a few changes. So today's show's about that. What's happening? What can we do? How do we reduce our carbon? But please, how do we still have fun? We still have to have fun. We don't.
Have fun. So
I have maintained all along that if you do a little conservation and a little changing of how you do things, and you use some of today's technology, you can maintain or perhaps even increase your lifestyle as opposed to destroying it. And that's our goal here, is to teach you how to do this without destroying your lifestyle.
And let us be frank with our listeners.
I will never be Frank. I will always be Doug. I'm sorry.
And he goes for just the worst laugh. Okay, let's move on.
Sorry.
We are all changing here. I mean, Stephanie McClellan is really our idol, and but we're all changing. I'm still working on the power cords. It's fine.
Every little thing helps. I just started recycling at work, and just in 1 week we had almost a half a dumpster full of recycled paper. That's a lot.
From your new place of work?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's great. And they knew nothing about that before you got there. They didn't know about recycling.
I just started recycling, and everyone just put all their paper in the paper shredder instead of in various garbage cans with junk.
Excellent.
And I just have been taking it to the recycling every week.
And I noticed that our copier paper went from recycling to not recycling. And I went into the office. I said, what happened?
Nope.
Somebody in the office made a deal. I'm not going to out that company that I work. One of the companies I work for. Don't say it. But brought that to their attention, and now they're going back to getting the recycled paper. Doug, what did you just shift? You must have shifted something at your house. I think you just started doing something.
Did I?
Absolutely nothing. Doug didn't do anything. Doug's buying more beef, burning more oil, smoking up a storm.
No, in fact,
honey, don't worry about it.
In fact, I plugged back in my broken refrigerator just so I could suck some juice in completely useless fashion.
All right, so I think we represent most everybody here.
Right.
I did stop buying beef, but I only cut my consumption in half because I was out and I had a Jake's burger the other day. It was so good, but it tasted
I've
really.
never had one of them. I really want to try
Oh, they're
one.
good. Jake's
and you know what? If you only have one a month,
just give them a plug.
It'll be like a delicacy for you.
Right, and that's the thing about that.
Because I don't really ever eat burgers anyways.
So we're running out of time for the first segment.
There are a couple things we need to do. Obviously, we need to thank our sponsors.
Is that me or you?
That's that's you.
You have the better voice. Go ahead.
We'd like to thank SunTrust Mortgage of Christiana, CMI Electric, Energy Services Group, MyEcoAgent.com, and the Option Insurance Group, and also Mark Unruh for our great music. And I need to protect us.
Okay.
Content of the Great Green Home Show is solely the responsibility of the Environmental Communication Foundation. It does not necessarily reflect the opinion of WILM, its sponsors, or Clear Channel Radio. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or use of the Great Green Home Show or its contents without written permission from the Green Fox, Paul Hughes, Cletus D. Beaumont, Father Seamus O'Toole, and the Environmental Communication Foundation is strictly prohibited.
And that means don't do it.
Do we have time?
I mean, Father Seamus. Yes, you have time for the announcement.
Am I announcing?
Oh, are we announcing it right now?
I think you should all announce it.
Before we get going with the show, we have an important announcement.
That was
announcing the Great Green Expo on March 29th, 2008 at the Chase Center on the riverfront.
We don't have to come back and start talking about this. This is huge.
Couple of hundred vendors. There should be tens of thousands of people. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, the door prizes are wonderful.
Door prizes.
Speakers from all
over.
It's
so green, you'll turn green when you walk in.
You'll walk out looking like a head of iceberg.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit more about the Great Green Expo at the riverfront, March 29th. Clear Channel as being the true green visionary and getting behind this. This is a prototype for more all over the country. So you get to be a part of something that's beginning and it's going to be very big. Plus, there's so many prizes and great things to do. You're going to save money, learn about great products like clothes made out of bamboo, jewelry made from paper that's unbelievable, recycled paper jewelry. And we'll be right back.